Good morning, grade 8 students. This is Miss Mooney. Today we're going to do a revision for chapter 3 circulation. This revision includes sections 1, 2, 3, and 4. The objectives of today's lesson, we're going to review the body's transport system and the functions of the cardiovascular system. We're going to recap the structures and the functions of the blood vessels, arteries, capillaries, and veins. We are also going to review the components of the blood and how to make safe transfusions. And finally, we're going to review how to keep our cardiovascular system healthy. So, what is the cardiovascular system? The cardiovascular system is a highway of networks that links all parts of the body together. It consists of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. What are the functions of the cardiovascular system? Number 1, it delivers all needed material. It transports the needed material for the cells, oxygen from the lungs, and glucose from the digestive system to and from the cells. Second, it removes waste. The blood takes away waste from the cells. For example, blood transports carbon dioxide from the cells to the lungs to be exhaled. And finally, the cardiovascular system fights diseases. It contains cells that attack disease-causing microorganisms. What is the heart? The heart is a hollow muscular organ that pumps blood throughout the body. It is about the size of the fist and located in the upper center of the chest. It is made up of 2 sides and 4 chambers. The right side is completely separated from the left side by a wall of tissues called the septum. Each side has 2 compartments or chambers, an upper chamber called the atrium and a lower chamber called the ventricles. The atrium receives blood and the ventricles pump blood. The arteries are separated from the ventricles by valves. How does the heart pump blood? The action of the heart has 2 main phases. The first one is when the heart muscle relaxes and the artery fills with blood. The second phase is when the heart muscle contracts and pumps blood forward. Can you tell me the pattern of the blood flow? Blood flows in 2 loops. The first loop is from the body to the right atrium, then to the right ventricle and back to the lungs. The second loop is from the lungs to the left atrium, then to the left ventricle and back to the body. The blood leaving the body is poor in oxygen and rich in carbon dioxide, and the blood leaving the lungs is poor in carbon dioxide and rich in oxygen. Let's look closer at the blood vessels. Blood vessels transports the liquid that is vital for our survival. In our bodies, we have 3 types of blood vessels: arteries, capillaries, and veins. When blood travels away from the heart, it travels through arteries. Because of structure, the arteries are capable of withstanding enormous blood pressure. As blood passes through the arteries, the wall of the artery expands and relaxes, causing what is known as a pulse. When blood leaves the artery, it flows in smaller blood vessels called capillaries. Capillary walls are only 1 cell thick. They are made up of 1 layer of epithelial cell. After the blood leaves the capillaries, they enter larger blood vessels called veins, which carries blood back to the heart. The walls of the veins are also made up of 3 layers, just similar to the arteries, but are thinner. Blood vessels transport the liquid that is vital to our survival. Blood is not just a plain red liquid that passes through our blood vessels. It is actually a complex tissue that has several parts. Blood is made up of plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. About 45% of the blood is cells and the rest is plasma. The components of the blood. Plasma, first, it is the liquid part of the blood. It is made up of 90% water and the other 10% are dissolved materials. Plasma is yellow due to the protein molecules found in it. Second, we have the red blood cells. They are important components of our blood. They are made mostly of hemoglobin, which is an iron-containing protein that binds to oxygen. White blood cells are produced in the bone marrow. They are disease fighters and they are fewer in number than red blood cells. Platelets are cell fragments that play an important role in forming cell clots. They produce a protein called fibrin that helps in weaving cuts in blood vessels. Blood types. Blood type is determined by the marker molecules found in the red blood cells, and safe transfusions are determined by clumping proteins found in the plasma. The table below shows us the 4 blood types A, B, AB, and O, each having marker molecule on the red blood cells and what clumping protein it contains in its plasma, what types of blood it can safely receive, and what type of blood it cannot. As you can see, as an example, blood type A has a marker molecule A, clumping protein anti-B, and can safely receive A and O. What is the lymphatic system? The lymphatic system is a network of vein-like vessels that returns the fluid to the bloodstream. It consists of the veins, lymph, and lymph node. As you can see, the lymphatic system is vein-like structures connected to the cardiovascular system, and it returns the blood back to the bloodstream. The cardiovascular health. Cardiovascular diseases are the leading cause of death. The diseases of the cardiovascular system include atherosclerosis and hypertension. Atherosclerosis is a condition in which an artery wall thickens as a result of the buildup of fatty materials. One of these fatty materials is cholesterol. And high blood pressure or hypertension is also a disorder in which a person's blood pressure is constantly high. Hypertension makes the heart work harder to pump blood throughout the body. To help maintain cardiovascular health, people should exercise regularly, eat a balanced diet that is low in saturated fats and trans fats, cholesterol, and sodium, and avoid smoking. As an assignment for next time, please review Chapter 3, Sections 1, 2, 3, and 4, and do the review and assessment exercises, page 107. Thank you.